Hi, I got a question on how to use the Faststone Photo Resizer to crop photos. And I've opened the resizer. I'm assuming you know how to browse to the files you want. Here are a list of files. I want pictures from my pictures folder, so I'm going to double click it to open it. I want photos from my 2013 photos. And from the month of November, here's a folder I made. They're resized photos. Now, you want to be on the Batch Convert tab. Remember, there are two tabs at the top, Batch Convert and Batch Rename. So make sure you're on the Batch Convert tab. And Photo Resizer follows the Windows shortcuts. So you can click on the first photo, hold down the Shift key, click on the last photo, and they all highlight. And then click on the Add button. I can show you something else before I do that. I happen to know these are the files I want. You might want to see the files. Come up to the row of icons at the top, and the icon on the far right side, click on it, and you'll get thumbnail pictures. So same thing, click on the first one, hold down the Shift key, click on the last one, and then click on Add. Now, output format, we want to keep these as JPEGs. You can check the settings. I always use the defaults. Okay, I have a 90-degree quality. I like my JPEGs, big files, but quality files. And all the rest I just leave as the same. Now, my output folder, let's browse. I want to put them back kind of in the same place. My pictures, 2013 folders, and let's go down to November. There's my resize. I'm going to put them in there. Right click, or just click, and then down here where it says create a folder, click on create a folder, and I'm going to call these cropped. And then press enter, or you can click on OK. So now we've got this here. If you'd like to check it, click on here to put the cursor there, and then just use your arrow keys to go to the end. Yep, it's in my cropped folder. Now you want to check over here where it says use advanced options, and then you want to click on advanced options. I've already got crop check marked. What it will look like when you open it will be like this. It'll be on resize. There shouldn't be any green balls next to anything. Let's say there's a green ball on watermark. Click on the tab and uncheck it. You don't want it watermarked too. Click on the crop tab, check mark the crop box, and you're going to get different ways of doing it. You can do it in paper size, which are generally your print papers. This one's 6x4. You can change it to 7x5 or whatever. You can do it in the aspect ratio. Okay, which just crops it equally on all sides, but we're going to do it in pixels. And the thing you have to do, number one, is you have to know the width and the height of the photos you're starting with. Okay, and to batch process any photos, they should just about all be the same. So if you've got a bunch of photos that are different widths and heights, you're going to have to sort them out into groups of same widths and heights. Now, how do you determine the width and height of your photo? Let's cancel this. Let's minimize this for a minute. And let's look at my photos. Pick one of your photos, right click, or you can just, I hover on here. I have it set to show it. Whoops. But it's 1280 by 960. If your hovering doesn't show the dimensions, just right click, scroll all the way down to properties, click on the details tab, and scroll down to image details, dimensions, width and height, and it'll be 1280 by 960. So you have to know your dimensions in pixels. Okay. And then that will oh, I've lost my, there we go. You have to know your dimensions in pixels, because you have to write them in here. And that was 980, So let me write that in there. I was practicing, so I have different numbers in here. You can pick a standard size if you want to, crop to a standard size, but we don't. Now, switch width and height to match long size. Just check mark it. It doesn't really apply in this case. That's if you're using, some of your photos are portrait and some are landscape. Lossless crop, yes. Now, check mark, specify XY coordinates. And just leave them at 0 and 0. You don't have to change them. But what you do have to change is your height. This person wants to crop, okay? This person wants to crop 36 pixels off the bottom. I want to show you that it's cropped off the bottom, so I'm just going to crop, let's crop 100 pixels off of this and make it 880. Okay? And then just click OK. Now I think we have to rename them. I'm going to rename these cropped, and you can see you have choices here. Image, which is you put in the image name, cropped, and then it has like 5 number symbols, those little hash marks. I'm only going to use 2, and I want the first number to be 1. Okay? Keep original date and time, ask before overwriting. Those should all be check marked. And I'm just going to click convert, and it's done. Okay? And that's the end of that. Now let's look at a few of these things, and I'll show you how they were cropped. I have my one of my Photoshop elements open. I'm going to open these guys here. Okay, there are my cropped photos. Let me just pick 3 of them. The first 3 to open. Okay, we'll leave those over there. And then I'm going to open the uncropped ones. Okay, which are the resized ones, and we'll take the first 3 of those. Okay, we'll move them over here. 3, 2, 1. What's this one? 3, 2, 1. Okay. And they're both at 33, and we're just going to compare them so that you can see. I'm just going to eyeball putting the top edges together, and that you can see that the bottom, this is Loquat 001, this is the cropped version. You can see that the cropped version is shorter, but everything else in the picture remains the same. Only the bottom was cropped off. Let's look at another one. Here is the cropped 2. The cropped one is on the left, this one right here. And you can see once again the rock, the blade, everything else remains the same. The left, right, and top parts of the picture are all the same, only the bottom was cropped off. And that's how you would do that. Now if you wanted to crop the top, you would move that X and Y axis thing down to the bottom. And to tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure how you would do that. I would just pick another way of cropping it. Okay, but this obviously crops. Here's the cropped one on the left, the uncropped version on the right, and you can see that it's 100 pixels shorter. Both of them are 33.33% zoomed in. And so you can see they got cropped on the bottom. And that's all you have to do to crop the bottoms off of your picture. I hope this helps. Now, I rarely batch crop. Generally, when I'm cropping photos, I custom crop each photo separately. So, if anybody has any questions on how they'd like to use it to crop the left side or the right side or whatever you're doing, let me know and I'll find a way to do it. Thank you for watching.